Hey everyone, thank you for participating today. We will now begin with an opening statement from head coach Rick Barnes and then go to questions. Use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. Coach, please give us a brief opening statement and then we'll go to questions.
Congratulations to Oregon State. They played a good basketball game, and just sorry that we didn't give them more competition. Really, I just told our team it was disappointing in the way that we started out. I mean, they had an inside game, and we didn't get a chance. We didn't do what we have to do to stop that, and we had no inside game. We couldn't. They were certainly packed back in there, really wanting us to, daring us to make threes or take shots, and we had some looks that they didn't go down, but didn't get much on the offensive board the way we needed to, but overall, again, it's give them credit for it, but disappointed that I didn't think that we played our best basketball. But it's hard to play this game when the ball's not going in and when you don't have an inside presence.
Our first question is from Rob Lewis. Please unmute yourself and ask your question. Rob, go ahead.
Rob Lewis with BallQuest.com. Coach, just the first half, did you feel like you guys were playing tight? Did you feel like they were playing timid on the offensive end?
I did. I thought I was really surprised. The freshmen, especially, they look like being here in the NCAA tournament, something they've grown up watching. They were out of character in terms of, you could tell that they were skittish. There's no doubt about it. And Eve picking up some fouls there early hurt us, but and we just did some things offensively to start the game where we just weren't synced up together. And that's I actually during the time I said, look, we can't be afraid to play basketball now. And I said we've got to play together, stay together. And you keep thinking about calling timeouts, but sometimes you feel like the more timeouts you call, the more they tighten up, and you're just hoping they'll get going and get loose, make some shots. But we didn't ever really get the flow that we wanted, and we had opportunities even at the end. I mean, you think about them missing free throws as bad as we played. We the turnovers. I just all year, and Rob, you've seen us play. Some of the ways we turn over the ball just really mystifies me at time, but there's no doubt at the start of the game that we had guys that were a little bit stage fright, I thought.
Our next question is from Mike Wilson. Mike, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah, Rick, just first off with John, when did you know he wasn't going to be able to go, and how much did that hurt you guys? And secondly, you felt going into this tournament that you knew now what you were going to get from this team. So how surprising was it when in the first 5 minutes there was just kind of nothing going well?
Well, we kept evaluating John up until today, and then knowing that that he wasn't going to be able to do it. Obviously, late last night, this morning, we just felt like it wasn't going to happen, and uh, you know, really, Mike, thinking about it, I just felt like we had played really good basketball. Even though we had lost to Alabama, we came into this, but we just didn't have it, and I was just I'm a little bit surprised, to be quite honest with you. I'm disappointed because I thought we had gotten by all that, and because the last couple weeks we'd really been competing hard defensively and doing some things, but then we came out and just got totally out of character, and some of it with the young guys. Did I expect it? Maybe a little bit. I thought maybe we could just get them settled down, and we talked about it the very first time out. Look, hey guys, it's a game. Let's just quit acting like it's something more than it is here. Yeah, we've worked hard to get here. You're here, but getting here is part of it. Now you got to want to make something out of it, and then we'd come out of the timeout and wouldn't execute because somebody's saying I got to go make it happen, and they're just too many guys were in that kind of mindset, and just too many guys trying to do too much. And then defensively, I felt like we weren't moving the way we needed to. I just felt like we needed to be more aggressive to play the kind of defense we normally play. But some of that, what carries over on offense, carries over on defense as well.
Our next question is from Grant Ramey. Go ahead, Grant.
Rick, the offensive struggles seem to be something that was a factor the last, second half of the season for this team. Do you think about making offensive changes? What do you got to do over the offseason to get that fixed?
Well, we've got to have an inside presence. We've never not had some kind of an inside presence. We had it. We didn't have any at all today. And I'm not talking. There's different ways to do it. You can drive the ball, but they were heavy gapped. They were really in there because they were determined to make us try to either try to do too much, turn it over, get in there deep, take tough shots, which we did too many times, and kick out and hope that we weren't making shots. But they were determined that that again, there's not like we could have anything. We actually ran a play, executed, and got a couple blocked. Where give them credit for that. Where we said you got to get it and go up quick. But we've got to change. Again, that's going forward. We've got to get back to having an inside presence the way that we play and the way we want to play.
Our next question is from Gustavo Tomazelli from WUTK. Go ahead.
Coach, what is the message you have for the fans that felt that this team could be achieving more in the NCAA tournament, the disappointing of this loss? What's the message you have for the fans right now?
Well, I just told the team, you don't ever take this for granted. I've had more former players text me about, they always remember me talking about getting here. It's not an easy thing to do that. And for all that we've been up and down with this year, I mean, obviously, John Fulkerson has meant a lot to our program. He was a big part of our team coming in, Eve Pons. And when John goes out, things shift to Eve where he can't be quite as effective because he's another guy that's like our secondary guy that we play through on the inside, but now he gets all eyes on him. And the freshmen, we had they had their moments, but very inconsistent. And that was the problem with our team. If you look at our team all year, it was the inconsistency, not really knowing from game to game what we were going to get. And that's if you ask me, the most disappointing thing, because to be a championship caliber team, you got to be more consistent. You can't turn the ball over the way we did at times, and you've got to be able to rebound. But when you don't have that inside presence. We just, again, today, I don't think we had a couple of offensive rebounds, but not anything what we need to have when you're not shooting the ball the way we were today.
Mike Wilson, we'll go back to you. Go ahead.
Rick, with Jaden and Keon, when do you expect to start having conversations about their future, and do you expect either of them back next season?
I would expect that they'll do what everybody does now. They'll go through the process. That's what they need to do, and they'll go from there, and obviously in the meantime, we'll plan on doing what we have to do with our roster next year.
And Rob Lewis, we'll go back to you for the last question. Go ahead, Rob.
Coach, it may be too soon to answer this with any kind of real perspective, but considering the young talent that you added, the veterans you had coming back, and COVID, has this been one of the more frustrating seasons for you as a coach?
It has been, Rob. The whole thing has been – it's been a crazy year, and in some ways I've said it, I admire these guys for what they've had to go through. It's been a difficult year, and I think it has been a tough year for the younger guys. I really do believe that, and no one's had a more frustrating year than John Fulkerson. And I tell you, there's a lot of things that I feel bad about, but maybe none more than him, because he had high expectations coming in, and he struggled, for the major part of the year, and not because of any other thing than he was trying, and we know that for us to be where we were, where people thought we would be, it was based on him having 3 great weeks at the end of last year when he was playing lights out, and everyone expected he and Eve Pons to pick right up from there, and everyone had their moments, but it just wasn't consistent enough. But the fact that John had the type of year and the way it ended is really a major disappointment for all of us, and because again, he's such a great kid, and how hard he works at it, and what he's meant to Tennessee. It's been a hard year, and if I said anything otherwise, it wouldn't be honest. I wouldn't be honest with you.
All right. Thank you for your time today, Coach Barnes.
All right. Thank you. Am I seeing here?
For everyone else, we'll be joined momentarily by Josiah Jordan James. Please use this time to raise or lower your hand as necessary. As a reminder, please go check your settings to be sure you are identified by name and affiliation. Thank you. All right, we are now joined by Josiah Jordan James, and we'll begin the press conference. Use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. Mike Wilson from the Knoxville News Sentinel. We'll start with you. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Mike Wilson from the Knoxville News Sentinel. Josiah, how surprising was probably the first 5 minutes of this game where kind of nothing really went well for you guys, and especially was that surprising given how well it seemed like the past few games had gone?
Yeah, it was. We came out and we didn't execute anything that we had been practicing over the last couple weeks. We were flustered, and it probably looked like we were scared. But that's how the game goes. I feel like as the game went on, the jitters got out, but we didn't give ourselves a chance to win, and that's what hurts the most. But you can't start out games like that against a really good any good team that you're playing against and expect to win with your back against the wall.
All right, next question from Grant Ramey. Go ahead, Grant.
Josiah, how frustrating were the last, couple months of this season when everything seemed to start to go wrong and y'all just any consistency, and do you think that was reflected today?
Yeah, today's game was definitely a reflection of it, and it all falls on me as a leader of this team, and it hurts not letting Eve and Folky end their season, in their Tennessee careers, how they're supposed to be ended. It hurts, and I'm gonna remember this feeling for a long time. But you live and you learn, and so this year I was a leader. I wasn't a very good one, and it showed today. But moving forward, I can only hope to be better, and I will be better for this team, for this university, for this program. And I just hope that we can get back here again next year. And we got a taste of it, but we didn't have what it took to stay here. And hopefully we can move forward and win some games here next year.
Next question is from Rob Lewis. Go ahead, Rob.
Rob Lewis from ballquest.com. Josiah, it may be too soon to, don't have the perspective, but when you look back at everything that seemed possible in November to this moment today, just, how disappointed is it, if you can, quantify it?
It's very disappointing, but in another perspective, I'm very grateful to be here. This year has been long. It's been hard, not only for us, but the world. And to be at this position, to be able to play the game that I love, I'm very grateful. But it is very frustrating to go out like this with I know the team that we had, the firepower we had, we just didn't have. And it falls on me as a leader of this team. I'll be the most disappointed out of anybody, but I mean, I'm not gonna curl up in a ball and not do anything about it. Like I said, you live and you learn, and I'm definitely gonna learn a lot. I've learned a lot from this year. My time at Tennessee, I've learned so much, and I just hope to use what I learned to help better us in the future.
Our next question is from Gustavo Tomazelli from WUTK. Go ahead.
Gustavo Tomazelli, WUTK 90.3, The Rock, Knoxville. Josiah, what's the message you have for the fans that feel disappointed right now, that feel that this team could go further into the tournament? What is the message you have for the Tennessee fans?
Nobody's more disappointed than we are. We had high expectations. We had the highest expectations of winning it all, and we came up short. And like I said, it falls on me. So I think if they are disappointed, they should be disappointed in me because I'm the leader of this team, and it falls on my shoulders. So I think that, they have every right to be disappointed because we are. But the game doesn't end here. Lord's will, we have a whole nother basketball season and plenty seasons after that, and we're just looking to move forward and get better. But this definitely is going to hurt for a long time, probably a really long time, but you can only look forward into the future now.
Mike Wilson, we'll go back to you for our next question. Go ahead, Mike.
Josiah, you keep saying this is on you. Why are you so convicted that this is on you? And what do you feel then has to change in terms of maybe your leadership style or becoming a better leader? What are the things you have to do in that area?
I think that, I keep saying it falls on me because my teammates look up to me, my coaches look to me, and today I feel like the game went I feel like I didn't bring it to begin with. I feel like we didn't give ourselves a chance to win. I feel like I didn't give my team a chance to win. So this is on me, and it's really been a reflection of my leadership all year, up and down. And I think moving forward, I just have to be more consistent. And it's not easy. It's really hard. If being a leader was really easy, a lot of people would do it. But that's why there's so few great leaders. And like I said, um, not everybody has a time in I feel like their history, whether it's in sports or whatever, but not everything's going to be perfect. You lose battles, you lose wars, and it's how you bounce back, it's how you respond. And we have a lot of time until the next game we play, so it's how I'm going to prepare for the next season and for the next team that we have, and the guys that are coming in, and hopefully for the Tennessee fans who are disappointed just like me, I hope that we can still have you guys on our side, because we will bounce back for this. I can promise you that.
Next question is from Joe Rexroad. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, Joe Rex of the Athletic. Just I kind of had the same question, wondering why you were taking this so hard. But I guess when you look forward, what needs to change within the program? If there's something you can put your finger on right now, even if it's specific skills guys need to work on or style of play, what kind of basketball needs to be played next year by Tennessee?
I think that if you come to Tennessee at any time during the year, and you assess it to any other program in the country, there's not another team that works harder than us day in and day out. I think the steps that we have to take now is the mental side. And Coach Barnes always says the mental is to the physical like 4 is to 1. And I think that's why there are only so many. There's only one winner, and the team that's going to win, they're going to have the mental toughness to grind out. The seasons are long and hard; they really are. But the team that wins it all, they have the mental toughness to get through it, to know the value in each possession, the value in each day. And so I feel like guys are going to get better. They're going to work on what they need to work on, but we just need to be mentally tougher moving forward.
All right, our final question comes from Steve McGargy from the Associated Press. Go ahead, Steve.
Thanks for talking to us today. I was just wondering, looking at the stats, y'all made a third of your shots, I think 5 for 26 from 3. What did Oregon State do defensively to bother y'all, or was it just a case of tough day for y'all, or was Oregon State's defense really bothering you?
They definitely played really good defense. I would say I don't know how many turnovers we had, but we were really careless with the ball, and I give credit to them. And as far as the 3-point percentage, I feel like we got good looks. I feel like I got good looks, and they just didn't go down. And that's the game of basketball. So, I mean, I think looking back, we'd take every single one of those threes again. And we practiced those, and they just didn't fall today. But credit to Oregon State. They played a hell of a game. They played great defense, great offense. They executed on both ends.
Great. Thank you, Josiah, for your time. Appreciate it. All right, that's it for this post-game news conference. A transcript of the coach's interview will be provided by ASAP Sports and posted along with a recording of this press conference in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at www.ncaa.veritone.com. Thank you for joining us.